I'm standing with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Michael Jackson. I love this song because it teaches the truth. Many times we focus so much on others and we forget about our own responsibility. We blame society for being responsible of things like crime, poverty, and corruption, but we forget that we are an essential part of society. I would like to ask you a question. If right now you decided to stand in the mirror, what would you change? The first change that I would make would be filling me with passion. I remember one day in which my cousin, who is crazy, however I still love him, decided that he wanted a very expensive electric guitar. At the end, he didn't learn how to play it, and he ended up selling it. We all have gone through a similar experience, right? At least I have. This is the kind of momentary passion that doesn't constitute a principle. And it's exactly the kind of passion we don't want to have. The passion I'm talking about makes part of our identity. It's persistent and transcends our whims. It encourages us to inform ourselves about what's happening in the world so that we can be able to make a positive change. It also makes us feel what happens to others, takes away the indifference, and gives us a sense of belonging to something more important than just ourselves, gives us a purpose. Now, the best part of this passion is that it's contagious. Did you know that according to National Geographic, you will be able to interact with an average of 1,700 people in your whole life? This is something that a global citizen will have as so present, so that he could be able of instilling people to fulfill with this kind of passion that makes us transform the world in which we live. Now imagine if each one of us just contagious one person, or infects one person of four that we met. There will probably be a change, right? Now, the second point and the second change is something that I know it's going to sound obvious because we have been grown with these concepts since we were in kindergarten. Not being selfish. A clear example of this, and that I need to recognize that I had not realized but until I started preparing myself for this speech, is that each of us is unique, right? I know, obvious again, but being unique means that each one of us owns abilities that no one else has, and a unique perspective of the world. So, when we believe lies that we have been grown with, such as, you aren't talented, you aren't smart enough, or this is a typical one I have heard for 1,000 times. There are people that will for sure do it much better than you. We are being truly selfish when we believe this. And people will say, well, this sounds more like low self-esteem than selfishness. But you are being selfish because not using the unique abilities God has given to you is deny a person that is in need to enjoy the product of these abilities. We give what we are and not what we have. Probably there are people that have more abilities than us, but none of them are able to see the world the way we see it. None of them could make your dream come true the way you could. Remember, when the diversity of visions complement each other for a common good, there's always generosity and a lot of wisdom. This leads me to my third point, which is, even though a global citizen fights for his or her beliefs and dreams, most importantly, he or she evaluates the motivations of these ones. For example, if you dream with being a musician, but your motivation is to gain fame and money, and not to spread a message of encouragement, then you are being truly selfish. You are what I would call a social short-sighter. This is not only terribly selfish, but also makes you responsible for the misery of thousands. Using these special skills for only your benefit without taking into account the global benefit, it's something that definitely a global citizen wouldn't do. Because a global citizen is someone who is called to transform. Using his or her abilities puts the common good above the personal one. One who fights for his or her beliefs and dreams with honest motivations. One who is aware of the change that he or she could make. One who is not selfish and that just spread the message of passion to a lot of people. Some may think that being a global citizen will come as a result of receiving a recognition for a fantastic idea, like, I don't know, ending world poverty. I wish I could have that idea. But I truly believe that with a change of attitude, even with few of us, will, in a long run, bring generosity and the desire for common good into our world. Just one nation without borders, creeds, or races. Just brothers who give their best to be all better.